and I know I haven't gotten much out this past month, but I'm sure you've seen that I've been doing the Advent calendar openings every day, and that has kind of occupied my time, along with getting ready for the holidays. I'm having dinner at my place this year. The whole family's coming over because I got the new house and I wanted to kind of show it off. So this will be the first year in a long time I'm hosting the family dinner. And I forgot how much we don't have as far as place settings and even silverware and things like that. So, some of you may know that at the beginning of the month, December 6th, 7th, and 8th, I went to another con. I went to Steel City Con. And if you want to see the videos for that, I haven't posted them on YouTube, but they are on BitTuber. And I will put a link in the description below to my BitTube channel and also to the individual videos for day 1, 2, and 3, if you just want to click on those and just see what I got into there. Also, this is not the entire haul. Some of it has, well, a good portion of it is going out for Christmas presents. I picked up some stuff. The first day I was there was mostly Christmas shopping. I picked up stuff for my family and some stuff for my friends, and a lot of it is wrapped right now, and a lot of it I just don't want to show because we'll ruin the surprise. So this was a very me light event, but I did pick up some stuff for myself, and we're going to take a look at that now. So we will start with our minifigs down here. And yes, of course, these minifigs are all third-party. They're knockoffs. This is stuff that Lego does not make. And we are going to start with this guy here. This is Mazinger Z. And some of you may recognize him as Transor Z from the States. That was his name here. And let me get focused in. There we go. Turn the light on. There we go. And he was next to a minifig of Voltron, and I'm a big Voltron fan. I'm a big giant robot fan, a big mech fan, to be completely honest. And I wanted to get the Voltron, but when I went back the next day to do some shopping for me, the Voltrons were all gone, but they did have Mazinger here, and because he is so rare, and there's not much for him on the market as far as like Lego or any other set goes. And he comes with the Scrambler jetpack, which I liked. And I like the sword. I just like the whole design of him. The paint deco is very simple. It's very squared off, but to be fair, the paint application on Mazinger and even the cartoon was pretty much the same. I don't believe these are dual molded legs. I believe they're molded in blue with just some blue-gray paint jobs on them. One thing that I really like that I actually didn't realize until I started this video, if anybody's familiar with the show, with the anime of Mazinger, that Mazinger Z, that this little pod right here, this little flight pod, is where the pilot sits. And the way that he gets into the robot is he gets into this little airplane, this little AirPod, and lands in his head. If you take the helmet off, because the helmet does come off, helmet back on. This is going to be really small, so I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show this off. But the little flight pod comes off separate. The wings are always going to be folded up, so you can't put them down. But I thought that was really cool. I didn't expect the airplane pod to be able to come out, and then it just locks in through the head stud there. I like that. I thought that was kind of neat. And also, whoops. Let's take this off again. Take the head off. The Scrambler pack does come off. Unfortunately, it takes the chest piece off as well, because in the cartoon, this chest piece wasn't there. It was just... Take that off? No, I think those are glued in. Yeah, the front isn't glued in. The front can pop off, but Scrambler, Scrambler I think is glued in or molded in there. I don't want to break it. But But you do also get some interior chest painting on the back too. I didn't notice that until just now. It's that paint job. So, but you do get some chest printing, some back printing, some internal circuitry. Just slip that back on. Put his headpiece back on. No real face painting, just the eyes, only on one side. That's really all he needs, because then the face of Mazinger or Transor, whichever you know him as, is actually the full helmet right here. Like in the anime, this never came off. This was just his head. So I really like that. That's going to go down displayed next to my Ultraman minifig that I picked up at RetroCon earlier this year. So I'm excited about that. I have a collection of minifig, anime minifigs from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So I'm real excited about that. So let's just put him back, and we will move on to the next one. Yep, make sure he's standing. Okay, the next one we have down here is Link. And this is the first time, whoops, just get him out of there. This is the first time I've seen Link out in the wild. There was also a couple of different Links out there. This one was definitely the best one. First off, he had the best sword. I mean, look at that Master Sword. That is fantastic. Unfortunately, my light went out. I hope you can get a good look at this. Battery went low. I have it plugged in now, but it's still not charged up enough to turn the light on. But I hope you can see that printing on his torso piece, his sword. Take this out. There is only one. Oh no, there is two face prints. That's right. He has his focus. There we go. He has his angry eyes and his just Link eyes. But he has printing on back. Printing up front. I gotta get him a quiver to put on back just to represent the bow. I gotta get a quiver of arrows. I have a feeling that the Lego quiver, if I can get the one going off his left shoulder, it'll line up real well with that. And the printing on the Hyrulean shield, textured, that's all raised. That is just fantastic. That looks fantastic. The Master Sword. I couldn't pass this up. This was the better of the two Link minifigs that they had. He also had the the Breath of the Wild one in the blue, but I wanted the traditional green. I might get the blue later. The legs are dual molded with the greens and the browns. Printing on the legs to represent the boots and his leggings, and the skirted fringe of his shirt, of his tunic. I really like this. The only thing he needs is an ocarina and he'd be perfect. There's a little bit of green showing through right here. There's nothing I can do about that. I think that happened when I put him in the bag and he got jostled around with the other figs. I think some of it rubbed off. I don't think it was like that when I bought it. But I could probably just touch that up with a little bit of yellow paint. It's really nice. God, I love that shield. I really like that guy. Next one we have down here, a very unrepresented figure in the DC universe, Dr. Fate. And look at that vac metal helmet, that chrome shiny helmet. That's beautiful. I love that. I love this fig. I love the look of him. I love the detail work. There is printing on the back. There's even printing on the back of his legs. I just noticed that. I really like this. I've always liked Dr. Fate. I've always liked Dr. Fate in the DC universe. I am more of a DC guy than a Marvel guy, as you may have noticed. There's no head printing because the head is stuck, but the head is just a white headpiece to represent the eyes coming through. Old crinkly style cape. I like this. I really like this fig. I had never seen Fate out in the wild before, and I was real happy to get a hold of him. And the next one we have down here is Deathstroke the Terminator. It's a very dark fig, and I love the printing. I'm thinking this printing may be more in line with his new Titans representation. With the dark printing on him and the mask look of his headpiece. He comes with 2 machine guns, 2 SMGs, but he only came with 1 katana. And that was a little confusing because he dual wields. Come on, he dual wields everything. He's Deathstroke. But luckily, through the Ninjago sets and various other pieces, I have numerous katanas that I'll be able to get him the second blade, so he'll have the crossed swords on his back. Oh, man, there's no light on, but I hope you can see this side of the blade. Detail work on there. I really like the printing on this guy. I was real happy I found him. There was another Terminator, another Deathstroke that they had that he came with a secondary head that you took this off, and there was a Slade Wilson head that had the slicked back hair and he was missing an eye. But the figure that came with wasn't great. It almost looked like a Teen Titans Go version of Deathstroke. The colors were way too bright. It was way too cartoonish looking. I really like this one the best. And the final minifig that we have is Classic Electro. And this is something that I've been upset that LEGO has not put out on their own, but I am glad that I was able to find him, because this is an essential piece to building my Sinister Six team. Because Electro, I believe, was in every rendition of the Sinister Six in Marvel Comics. And the only Electro that LEGO has put out is the blue Electro, the Jamie Foxx Electro from the Spectacular Spider-Man 2. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're going to build a Sinister Six team, you want their original looks. What's that on the helmet? I'll be able to wipe that off. You want their original Sinister Six looks. And this classic looking Electro was just the thing I needed. He has just some minor printing on back, where his lightning bolts wrap around. No printing on the side though. And I do believe he only has one face printing. Get on there. So there we go. I was real happy to find this guy. I think he also just... I think he also just came out. I think they've just started manufacturing this original classic looking Electro. I was very happy to find him out there. Okay, something else that I got here that I forgot to put on the table was this. The Mega Construx Terminator Genesis T800 Guardian. And I got the T800 endoskeleton. I have the T1000 from T2. This was the last Terminator figure I needed. I hate that it was marketed with the Genesis name. That was definitely not the best movie of the series. And all of these figs came from T2. But this was the last one I needed, so I've completed my Terminator set. And having done that, I probably will do a figure review on all 3 Terminator figures that'll be up on my IGTV channel on Instagram, and then later get loaded onto YouTube and BitTuber. So this will be seen coming up in the future, probably sometime next year, January I mean. So I was also happy to find this in the wild, since it was the last one I needed, the T800 Guardian. This is, of course, Arnold all shot up when he was defending John Connor. Now, right here we have this business card for Bricks and Boomsticks. Or Bricks and Broomsticks, rather. Minifigs, wands, and everything in between. This was the vendor that I got at least 3 of the minifigs from. I believe I got Mazinger, Fate, and Deathstroke from this one vendor. And I just wanted to put this up here, give him a quick shout out. Yeah, nothing on the back. Give him a quick shout out and thank you for having the figs that I needed. I will put a link to his Facebook page in the description below if you want to check him out. And let Let me set these aside for now. And there's this, that if you watched the, let me just set this down and lower this down. Alright. If you watched the videos for the Steel City Con, you saw when I picked this up at the vendor's table. I saw this and I was at RetroCon earlier this year, but it was an open box, it was a complete set, didn't have Van Helsing or his bike or the dynamite, and I don't think it had the red gem up front. It was basically just the hearse, Dracula, and his zombie chauffeur. And he wanted way too much for it, and I really liked the hearse. I liked the hearse build, I wanted to get it, but I didn't want to pay what he wanted for an incomplete set. And luckily, here at Steel City Con, he had a complete set with this, so I'm really glad that I didn't pull the trigger at RetroCon and buy it. I'm really glad that I waited and found an unopened set that is guaranteed, hopefully, to have all of the pieces in it. I really liked the hearse build, I really liked the look of the minifigs, I really liked the Monster Fighter series. Even though I don't own anything, this is actually the first set of Monster Fighters I'm going to have. And I was really glad to find it. It's going to go great with my hidden side stuff, especially around Halloween. More than likely, when I put this together, I will be doing a rebuilt review on this, probably sometime in January or February, just so that everybody can take a look at it, because that hearse is fantastic. Especially for when this came out. What's the date on this? Let me see if I can see a date. Lego doesn't put dates on their stuff all the time, so yeah, there's no date on this, but I thought it was 2013. I may be wrong about that, but I was glad to get this. I was glad to find this. That's really cool. So you have that to be looking forward to. I'll be opening that up, I'll be putting that together, and I'll be doing a rebuilt review on it. Now before we get to this piece of art back here, I just want to bring this business card up. I got a piece of art off of this gentleman, but that's wrapped up right now, and that's a Christmas present, so I can't show you the piece, unfortunately. Just trust me, this guy does really good work. Was another superhero themed piece. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I believe a lot of his stuff is digital artwork. The light came back on, which you can see here that this is like digital work, computer animation right in there. I will leave links to his social media in the description below as well. His webpage, his Facebook, and his Instagram. We can take a look. So take a look at that one for yourself, just to see what he has there. It was really good. And finally, we have this piece back here. Oh man. First of all, you may have picked up that Wonder Woman is my favorite of the DC heroes, not just of the DC heroes, but of genuinely any of the comic book heroes. If you watched my Wonder Woman review for the Wonder Woman Warrior Battle set that came out for her movie, and just how much I gushed over that, I really like this. I love the coloring. I love how bright the coloring is. I hope you can see that. I hope that's coming through on my camera. I love the smirk on her face, just the art style of this, and let me pull this up close. You can see the reflection in her bracers is Doomsday. Old school Doomsday, which means she's getting ready to throw down with Doomsday, and I really, really like that. So, take a look at that. This guy did really good work, and I'll show you his card in a second, because what else is in this sleeve on the other side is more Deathstroke. It was buy two, get one free I bought the Wonder Woman. I bought the other one. I can't show you or tell you what the other one is because that is also a Christmas present. But when I got the free one, I was flipping through his portfolio, and I had to have the Deathstroke one. I love the coloring once again for Deathstroke. I like how you got Batman jumping off the building right there. Batman and Deathstroke about to go at it. Always a good time. Love this one. Love this print. Love both of them, actually. It was really hard to pick which ones I wanted off of this guy. And here is his card. Ali Kudos Solomon. You can see Titans, Turtles, DC, there's Apocalypse up there. Here's all of his contact info. I'll put links to his website, his DeviantArt site, his Instagram down in the description below. And that's all I have for you today, folks. I have 2 weeks off after Christmas, so I'm not going back to work until January 6th. So sometime between now and the new year, I will be putting up a video explaining what is going on with the channel because of COPA and how that law is going to affect this channel and how that law is affecting toy review channels in general. So look for that sometime after Christmas, probably sometime next week. I think that's about it. I have this one. I will be putting up the final Advent calendar opening later this evening. So keep a lookout for that. I hope you enjoyed this one. Check out the links for all of the artists in the description below. Play well, everyone. As always, thank you for watching.